Hey, Christine, how are you? How are you?
Hey there, Patty is having trouble getting on.
Okay.
Okay.
That's completely
I have
fine.
it installed.
That's good.
Oh wait, wait, something's happening, I think. Join, oh wait. Okay. It's not working. I see myself in the camera, but.
Okay, then hit join video. Join with video. It's at the bottom. It's a blue button.
Yep, join. I keep pushing it and nothing's happening.
What else does it say in the screen?
So it says join meeting, your name, and then it has Mary put my name. Remember my name. It says by clicking join, you agree to the terms.
Yep.
Hit on that. And it won't. It's like,
Is the button bright and blue, or does it look grayed out a bit?
yeah, it's bright and blue.
And then when you click it, you said nothing happens?
It's not even like allowing it to do it.
Okay, you want to try to turn the camera. You can say join without camera.
I'm sorry.
There's probably an option to join without camera. And when you come on, we can fix that. It's just a quick button. But as long as you have the terms and the terms selected.
Okay, this isn't working. I don't understand why it's not working.
It's okay, we're gonna figure it out. So you clicked in from the Acuity link, right? Are you on marker?
Click in from the link on the page.
Hello. Launch meeting. Should I do that one? Don't have Zoom client installed, which I do. Are you still there?
Yeah,
Yeah, nothing is working. What else do you suggest?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I keep going on launch meeting and nothing. Like launch meeting by agreeing to terms and privacy statement.
Right, when you click that, what does it say?
Nothing happened. Do you want to just FaceTime me? I can show you. Like it's not even allowing me to get on or anything. Here, let me do. What's your phone number? And I'll just call you. What's your phone number, Marie?
My phone number?
Yeah.
You can do 470. It's a different number. 470-800-5020.
5020?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll call you real quick. Bye.
Okay. think she just tried to call. Hey, are you?
I was trying to FaceTime you because I think if I show you, this would be helpful.
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay, so let me flip this around.
Mhm.
Okay.
Perfect. So hit launch meeting.
Yep, watch. Nothing.
Okay, so do it differently. Go into your Zoom, like, you know how to open your Zoom from your computer?
No.
Okay, so you see that search bar at the bottom?
One of these?
No, down to the bottom, right? Yep, that search bar right there.
Okay.
You see to the second icon.
This one?
Yep. And then you're gonna type in, click it. And you're gonna type in Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, so hit the second one that says Zoom. Yep.
Okay.
I want to see if you have Zoom. You should have it on your computer already. Is this the new computer?
It is, yes.
Okay, so it's probably not on there. Go. You see that button that says "Don't have Zoom client install"?
Yes.
Hit download.
Okay.
It's gonna do the download thing at the bottom. Click it, and then it'll open up.
But this is how we talked the last time. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Zoom has updated us a few times, so that we're installing it now. It's all fancy. Just go ahead and press yes.
Okay, yes. Okay.
And then it's gonna open up in a second. It's doing all the background stuff, so you have nothing to worry about right now.
Okay.
All right.
Build, right?
So hit that launch meeting button now.
Oh, wait, here
There
we
you go. So now your name is in there. Perfect. Hit join meeting.
go. Okay.
Now this is what I was talking about. So now hit join with video. And I should see you pop up in like 2 seconds. Hit join with video again. It's probably a little, well, it looks like it's loading. It's trying to play catch up.
Okay.
All right, now it wants to be a little bit slower. Hit that red button.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Which one? This X?
Yeah.
Or hit the X?
Oh wait, it looks like it's connecting now too.
Okay. Oh, and then what the heck is all this? Ditch 40-minute limit, blah, blah, blah. What's all
That's
this?
because it's you just installed it, so it's telling you the process. But it's telling you what the app includes if you had a free account.
Oh, I don't want to do the upgrade or nothing.
No, you don't have to do any of that. That's fine. So because we closed it at the top, that tab, let's go back to the Zoom, the one that you clicked from the email.
Okay, so get out of this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're gonna go on the I think it's the second tab in your mail.
Right here. So
Yep.
I'm just get on it again.
Yeah.
Basically.
We're gonna get on it again. So then
Okay.
click the meeting again,
Here. Okay.
and then hit that. It's gonna actually hit, yep.
Right here.
So you're gonna hit join meeting, yep. Then now you see at the top, click
Yes.
that always button first. So you see that little checkbox next to it? Perfect.
Yep.
Click
Like
that.
Click this.
Yes.
Okay.
And then open Zoom meetings. Hit
Okay.
that. Now what will happen is every time that it sometimes still does it where it annoyingly pops up that box again. But once you do that, it will automatically do this instead. So it'll pop up. Now go ahead and hit join with video.
Okay.
And now let's honestly give it a second because it does look like it's loading, but we just gotta be patient.
Okay. I don't see anything twirling. That's why I'm like.
I know.
Do I hit it again or just wait?
Let's hit it again.
Oh,
It's swirling. Okay.
That means it's something's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quit twirling again. Should I try it again?
It looks like it's trying to load.
Okay. Yeah, I see that too. Okay, this one says, do you see right here? It says video not responding.
Responding. So give it a second. As much as it's doing that, it's still loading. It's just slowing down. It's like the computer and the tool itself are trying to communicate.
Okay. I have never had this much problem.
It happens. It feels like a Monday, but it's Tuesday, so it's fine.
Still twirling. I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're
was
fine.
ready to go 115.
You are fine. I have you guys locked in for today, so you're good. And I've already had a good start on everything, so we're in a good place.
Okay.
Because it looks like it's frozen, just hit that X again, and then we're gonna try it a different way so that I can get you in easier.
Okay.
Press, this says close the program, click that
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
And you remember that search bar that I showed you? It's gonna take a second, it's gonna close.
Okay.
Now you see at the bottom where that search bar was, just click that.
Right here.
And then now let's type in Zoom again.
Okay. Oh, oops. ZOOM.
Mhm.
Okay.
Now that first one we're gonna click,
The app.
Yep.
Okay.
and I'm taking you in a different route. Just join a meeting, and I'm gonna give you the meeting code, okay?
Okay.
The meeting code is gonna be 899
899
476
476
965
965
27.
27.
And now hit join.
Okay. Join.
And then hit join without video. But I think the video is kind of slowing it down.
Okay. Join without video.
And let's give it a second. Is it the non-responding thing again? Yeah.
Oh, it's still twirling.
Yeah.
Then yeah, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this happening?
It looks like it's trying to just figure itself out.
Still twirling. I have an idea. Should I try to join from my phone?
You can join from your phone. However, I want you to see the computer screen because it's going to be bigger. So it's very important that you're on your computer, but it's okay.
It's still swirling. Zoom meeting is using the webcam. Did nothing. I don't understand. Okay, now this thing popped up again.
Yeah, it's because it's trying to load from that option, but I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. So,
No,
okay, perfect. See, just take you a second, but it's coming in now.
please be, okay, it's still
Yeah,
connected.
that part doesn't matter. You're good.
Okay, so we're about to connect.
You're about to connect.
Okay. Hold on. Still swirling. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Do you have any important things that you want to keep open on that browser that's in the back?
No,
You can close that. It'll probably speed it up a little bit.
okay, so how do I do that?
Just click out of the screen, so to the left or to the right.
Right here?
Yep, that's perfect.
Click that.
No, so click in that blue space that you see at the bottom. Yeah, you can click, no, not there. Like on the actual screen, you see the big blue thing that's right to the left or the right, wherever you feel. Yep, click on that, that's fine.
This says chat with,
You can go up further into the white space. Yep, click right there. Now you see your browser, the X button at the top. Is there anything that you're using right now that you don't want to lose?
let's see. Oh, and it came back. Look at what is happening.
It looks like it's trying to connect.
I've never had this problem, ever.
Because I was going to tell you to close your browser. It'll give you some freed up RAM. That's what's taking up. It's just taking up some space.
So close this stuff here.
Close the browser. If you don't have anything open that you need right now, you can close the browser.
Should I close where it says post in the Zoom?
Yes, you can close that.
Okay.
And then
don't I need,
you don't need the actual browser open. You just need the Zoom open because I'm going to show you from my screen.
oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
So it's gonna clean up some space so that it can load a little bit faster.
Okay, like I see you. I see Patty, Marie,
Mm-hmm.
Christine.
It's just taking a second to load.
I'm so frustrated. What the heck?
I know.
You see this, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, we came a long way now. Yes, that was actually opening. When's the last time you restarted your computer?
I got on it yesterday.
Okay.
I don't. And then, yeah.
Okay. Do you have an alternative computer or an iPad?
Nope.
Okay.
My other computer doesn't have a camera.
Got it.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we're up now. So it looks like yours is going to be loading a little slow, okay?
Yeah. I can see you, but oh yeah, you're frozen.
Mm-hmm. So how about this? It's going to be small, but you can join from your phone.
Okay.
And then so you can literally look in your same email and join from your phone. But it's going to be tiny, but you'll able to see it that way, okay?
Okay, let's try that.
Okay.
But I don't want to let you go because.
Okay, you can join from your phone with me on the phone. You're just gonna swipe up. You know how to come out of the box, out of the FaceTime box with still being on the phone?
Okay, let's try it.
You can swipe up from the bottom. Are you out of it and back on the home screen?
Yeah, you're there.
Perfect. And then now go to your email.
Let's see, appointment strategy. You've got to be kidding me. I can't even find the link now. It's not showing.
It's okay. I'm gonna text it directly to you, okay?
Okay.
So it's gonna come from another number, but it's gonna be me texting you.
Okay.
One second, trying to grab it.
And do I just click that when you text me?
Mm-hmm. And then it might exit out this call, which is completely fine.
And then I can just call you back?
Well, you're gonna be joined into the meeting at that point.
I got you. Yeah.
So I'm gonna confirm your phone number for me again, 770.
770-231-8312.
8312, okay.
Should I just get out of this right here?
Yeah, it might slow you down.
Yeah, okay.
And I want you to tell me if you get this text message as soon as I send it right now.
Yep. I got it.
Perfect. Click on that link for me, please.
Zoom, okay.
And then what does it open up?
It says waiting, and then it says Patty's iPhone 7. It says continue or cancel.
Continue.
Okay. Okay, now I see my face.
Perfect. That means it wants you to join. So join with video at the bottom. It should be the same button. Perfect. So now I see you coming in, and this is going to hang up. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
No problem. Perfect. Hey, Patty.
Hey, oh my goodness.
Oh, you're fine. It is completely fine. So we are good to start. Thank you so much, Ms. Christine, for your patience. And I really appreciate you guys again for being here. I'm excited. I have a fussy baby who was just sleeping, but we're not going to let that stop us. I'm actually very excited because I was able to start the Airtable build out and kind of got to a place where I'm really comfortable to kind of go forward, but I do need information from you guys. And that's what I'm going to show you. So I'm going to take the time to explain to you how this will go. However, it's normally very informational, but also very, very intense in terms of how we kind of strip down exactly how your process is now and create a process that's going to be a lot more streamlined. So from what I have currently, I have that you guys currently are using Calendly to take the appointments. And from Calendly, you're also then using HoneyBook. And then you're also using Excel to take all of your notations of the brides, the names of your team, and just the organization is that in that location. So I've already taken time to go into the Excel sheet. I took a look at it, and I also replicated what I could inside of the build out that we're going to do. Now, the biggest thing here is that saw these names, was not familiar with who these ladies are, and I needed to get more information to kind of label them as makeup artists or hairstylists, however that they were fit. So that is one of the things I asked for. Don't worry, I will be sending the list of things that I need in an email, so it's easier for you to actually give me those information. But what we're going to start with first is just kind of confirming the process. I know that you briefly said it to me before, but we're going to talk through it. So can you confirm that once they come on your website, the beautiful website that I've already acknowledged, which is so cool, they are going to be filling out just a Calendly connecting link, right?
Yes, if they want to have a talk with me, then they'll fill out the Calendly.
Do they fill out any forms in the association? I didn't see any, but I just wanted to know if they fill out any forms.
Yeah, there's contact us to send in an inquiry.
Okay, just the inquiry form.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Perfect. And then after that, there's no cost for it, anything like that. So after they fill out that form and they contact you, what exactly is your process after that? You send them the brochure at that point?
Yeah, after that, I start the first workflow in HoneyBook.
Got it.
And they get the pricing brochure if we're available. And then it has, I believe it's either 5 or 7 different steps. And everything after the brochure is a completely automated email, like check in with us. And then I send another email saying, let's chat, with another link to my calendar.
Nice.
I can't remember what the other 2 are after that.
Okay, we could take a look at it if that's okay, once you grant us access to your HoneyBook account. So we have the client books called the account, they speak with you, and then now, let me move this out. The next, so you manually are triggering that, and we know HoneyBook has to be like a more so manual touch of the flow because it doesn't really have like a streamlined way of at least to kind of like trigger it once it goes off, but because you have to send them that brochure manually, and then you also formulate the contract manually as well.
Yeah, so it's automated as only as far as
Selecting it.
manually putting the person in there, and then I just have it like this happens after 4 days, this happens after 3 more days, this happens, so it's set out like that.
Perfect. Okay, so you're already a pro. You are already a pro. You don't even realize it. So now the next step, normally after that, once they've signed the contract, right? what exactly do you do at that point? Do you, because you have to kind of like see if the date is available, right? So are you guys going into your Excel sheet and saying, okay, this date is available, so I'm going to put their name there and solidify them there?
Yes, once they've signed a contract, we put it on the data sheet with all the brides. And we start a new workflow. So I stop the bridal inquiry workflow, and then I start the booked brides workflow. And their first one is something like, here's the next steps. And it just details what's going to happen next. And then they get one that's like Brushworks perks. We have 3 companies that give them special discounts just for mentioning that they're a Brushworks bride. And I think there's about 5 steps in that one.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right, perfect. So then after that is completed, then you after I actually send them that, in that process, do they set up their trial run at the same time within that sequence?
Usually they will just send, they'll send a message and say, hey, I'm ready for my trial run. Or Patty would reach out to them and say, we need to go ahead and get your trial run set up.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
There's not really a hard and fast, like who does it first sort of a thing.
Got it. Okay, and that's completely cool. All right, so when they get their trial run kind of suggested, then when do you actually like place your staff in now in the placement? Because you assign them. Or you
We generally assign them like right at the very beginning.
Perfect. So you assign them in the beginning. Okay. So that gives me good intel, because I think for the most part, the process that you have in the beginning of this is pretty much streamlined. You pretty much got the foundation for that. Where I think this Airtable flow will happen is, one, when the lead capture actually comes in, I want to automatically add them into this field here. So this is Airtable. I'm introducing you to Airtable. Airtable is going to be your data for your events. Instead of we're replacing the spreadsheet altogether, putting them in here. And this will be also a lot of your automation triggers. It can be an addition for your email. So for example, this is going to be really for your staff for when they're assigned to something. We're working out the kinks as to exactly how we want that to be done. But when they are assigned to an event or a wedding, then as a makeup artist or as a hairstylist, they'll get a notification to say, hey, you've been assigned to this and the third. What I would like to happen here is that once they actually fill out that contact form or the lead capture from Honeybook or on your website, excuse me, their information will also pull in here. So we'll pull the information and we'll say, okay, this is the person's name, this is their email, this is their phone number, and this is the date that they've requested. If that's like something that's on that field, do you have that? I think I saw that on the calendar field, the date of the wedding. So that's the entry that I pulled. Is that accurate?
You pulled that from, are you talking about the spreadsheet?
No, not your spreadsheet, from your website. So when I went here, oh, I could have just went to the actual document. Now this one's the act bougie, but it's okay.
Everybody's technology today.
I know. So when I went here, I saw that on this consultation link that there was a option. Okay, it's loading, I believe. Yes. There's an option once they select a date and a time. Go ahead, continue. There's a what is your wedding date question.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I was going to pull in as well. This I know may not be set in stone because you still got to verify if that date is taken or not, but that can kind of be the you know, the keepsake for this kind of like flow. I didn't see it here on your like, it wasn't like a form where it will kind of connect automatically here, but I did want to take that on your consultation section to kind of make sure that we see, okay, at a glance, this is the date that they're selecting. Okay, is that okay?
I don't know. I just went completely like everything is really small.
Oh no. Oh,
I mean, now I'm looking at just some blue.
Click on the actual video that you see. If you double click on it, it should pop back open. Or at the bottom where the Zoom link is, if you click on the Zoom again, it should pop back open.
Okay, are we looking at just like a blue logo?
Okay, let me stop sharing and share again. Maybe that'll trigger it for you. What about now?
There we go.
Perfect. Okay, so here we have that same consultation. So I pulled the same field questions that you have here. So it'd be the name, the email, the best contact number, and then their date. Even though it's not solidified because you still have to confirm it, you have a question.
Well, that one is only for my calendar, just to speak with me. At
Just,
the top of the bar, contact,
okay.
that's how we get all of their information.
Oh, so you pull it from here. Okay, and then this is connected to where?
That goes to my emails.
Okay, so it's an email generated right contact form.
Yes.
Okay. So with this being generated to your email, it's not necessarily going to be a stored place for me to kind of retrieve it from. But if they do put it inside of the consultation field, I can pull that information.
I mean, the amount of inquiries that we get as opposed to the amount of phone calls.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's because a lot of times I'll get, 12 phone calls scheduled for the week and I have to go in and cancel 4 because we're not even available. But they don't know that. And they haven't sent in, sometimes they've sent in an inquiry, sometimes they haven't.
Is your Calendly connected to your calendar currently to see like when you're available, your availability?
We don't really have a calendar that shows availability because we can move things around
Got it.
so much. It's very fluid.
Got it. Okay. Because I want to then talk about the best way to actually get the consolidated place for when someone inquires about something. Because if we're going to use this form, it's completely fine to have this form, but it's going to go directly to your email, which is really going to be clogged in there. And if we miss someone by accident, then, it's not going to give you all, you're not going to get all the contacts that you possibly can. So if we have like a way to kind of have everyone what we can do is because Airtable has the ability to use forms, we can actually create a form here and put this on your website and adjacent to it with the same questions that you have here, and then just have that added here. And then this will be the place where all the consultations will be added instead, so that you're able to get all that information. This can also be sent to your email at the same time. So as they fill out the form, it'll send a notification to your email.
Okay, good. Because if it goes to my email, then I will know that it's going to have to be populated in HoneyBook.
Yes. So that will kind of give you that place. And then what we can do as well, because there's, everything can kind of somewhat connect. What I can do is connect, because you still need to have them in HoneyBook, right? So let me see something.
Yes.
1 second. HoneyBook, because I'm pretty, okay, so no, darn it. What I was gonna say is that when someone has actually been added here, I can send them to HoneyBook, but unfortunately, HoneyBook does not have the available trigger, which is annoying. Oh, wait, but no, we could just use HoneyBook's lead capture.
I know that they have one, but I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so I can show you in my account. It is not a paid account, so it does not actually give me a lot of access, but I can show you where to do it. So what you'll do is you'd have, and then that can also trigger your workflows if you wanted it to do that as well. So let me show you. Take me to the home screen. So at the top here, there's this, oh, don't go slow for me. There's gonna be this tool button here, and you can do contact form. So this you can actually put on your website, and the contact form, you can have it to be the same questions that you want, and I can set this up for you.
Wait, where are you? I don't see. I'm on HoneyBook, and then how did you get
At
there?
the top where you see that home, projects, contacts, and tools, mine probably is limited because this is not a paid version.
No, I got you. I'm under tools. Okay.
You lead capture at the far right. It's the 4th column.
Okay. Contact form. Okay. Click that.
Yep.
All right, cool. I'm here
So
now.
this contact form is cool because you can add it on your website. It's embeddable, so you can see at this bottom here, you can copy the link, or you can actually use sharing options, and you can grab this code. And it's actually very direct, so you don't actually need a code. You just put it in there as a link and it'll show up. I promise you, I've done it. And then you can add all of this information, the same information that you currently have on your website. You can add all that information onto this HoneyBook lead capture form. And then this will automatically add them into HoneyBook. but you can also start a workflow if you wanted it to start a workflow. The way to connect it to that workflow, questions?
Can it also go into my emails?
So it can notify you. So HoneyBook, I believe, has this notification feature, because every time someone fills out the lead capture, it does send you an email. Just say, hey, this lead capture was completed. It gives you the,
Okay, and it'll tell me like the names and things like that.
it should print out everything on there, and that's because it's gonna just duplicate the form responses to you.
Okay,
Okay, so and you can verify that as well by, because normally you would see the incoming leads recipient, and that's where you would see that it will be sent to you. Okay.
mhm.
Once, and you can again assign it to a project type, which in this case it'll just be like an inquiry. And there's settings here that you can play with that kind of gives you have design options as well, which you can see as well. But once you do this, what I can do at this point is when a lead comes in from here, then I can then add it to this this field here as well, because the reason why this is going to be important for me to get the information from is because once I get this information, then what I have set up now is once you say that this person is booked, these are all inquiries. So once a trillion of them comes in, they're all going to be here in one place. Once you say this person is booked, then automatically it's going to create a new item here. These are all your 2022 and I think, just 2022 weddings. It's going to create a new item, okay? So then it's going to come over to this. Now, what I've done, because I saw that you guys segregated it by a year on this tab here, I didn't pull in all of them yet because I wanted to solidify what columns meant. But, and you could honestly keep this as a history and then use a new one going forward. But once you do that, then what's going to happen is I concatenated or joined the two things here. So I joined the date of the wedding and then also the client's name in this first column. And the second column is just the date. And this third column is just the client. And then the email, the phone number, whoever is going to be the solidified makeup artist. Once you hit there, I've created a team section over here. So this team section, I would need their email address and their phone number, because I know that she wanted to notify them each time that they were added to something or taken away from something. So I'm customizing this currently, but what can happen is that I'll send an automatic email to them to say, hey, you've been assigned to XYZ wedding. And then that will be their notification. Also, we can talk about the text message process. I know you're currently doing a group text. We want to segue from that and have more of a place where, for some reason, if you guys wanted to both go in this tool that we're going to talk about and kind of have that be the location where that's going to be the number, that's going to be where they contact, you could do that. When you have access as well to see, and remember we briefly spoke about them having access to see their own card, to say, okay, they're on these weddings, da 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 da. I can do that instead of giving them access to just getting the email each time. I can say, okay, I could say a text message that I can send an email with the list of weddings that they're on instead of them getting, access to this. The other thing I added as well is a team unavailability. I know that you were speaking on the fact that sometimes they're not available for certain dates, so you want to make sure that you have that notation. So I created a card. Basically, it asks for their name, the date they're not available, and if they have any comments. What it will do is it will add the date here and their name, and as an automation or as a lookup, it's going to automatically add whatever date that's a name and a date that's associated with. Are we following so far?
Sort of.
Okay, tell me where you have questions. I can answer it.
Okay, can we go back to the weddings and where we would add? Okay, so
And this is fun because I have things for you. Go ahead. So all
I don't even know if we necessarily need the whole column where it says event name.
So it's the first column honestly has to be there, but if you wanted to just do the date there.
Yeah, if we just put the date there and then client's name, because that's just how we're used to seeing it on our sheet.
Okay.
It's going to make a lot more sense. Like what is there now seems really busy to me and kind of redundant.
That's perfectly fine. So I'll now remove this and I'll just make it the dates. And then I'll also just remove this over to make it the, I'll delete this column altogether and make this just the actual client name.
Okay.
All right.
And then my next question, where you have makeup and hairstylist,
Mhm.
sometimes we will have, we can have up to, I mean, I don't know what the biggest one, I think might have been 6 or 8,
7
7. Yeah. I mean, so how
artists
could
on
we
the
put
wedding.
multiple people
Just
into
by
those columns?
clicking this column here and adding them. So this is the multi-select column. And what this does is that once you click the person's name, they all get added here.
Okay. So if we had 4 makeup artists, all 4 would be in that one little spot.
Yep. And then all 4 here will go here as well. And then what happens on this column, it will get added here as well. So this is the linked field. So it will show, okay, they're on this. If you ever wanted to come in here and say, okay, which wedding are you on? It's on this wedding, this wedding, this wedding. There's also another view that I've created that shows specifically just the makeup. So, okay, then you can see, okay, these are what the weddings that Marie is on. Same thing with hairstyling. This is the wedding that, Marie is on for this one. And then over at the wedding section, if you wanted to see which ones have a designated makeup artist, then you can see exactly which person is on this makeup, this makeup layout. Who's all the makeup artists, which wedding has a makeup artist, which weddings don't have a makeup artist. Same thing with hairstylists. Which wedding has a hairstylist, which weddings don't have a hairstylist. And then this goes by year.
I think it almost might even make more sense too, where you've got makeup artist and hair artist. We have multiple people on the team that do both, and they might even be doing both on that wedding.
That's completely fine. So if you wanted me to add a column that says,
Can we just say artist, period?
sure.
That
Yeah,
would
I think we
probably
just can
be,
say artist.
yeah, just
So
artist,
if you say
because
artist, then that will be
Yeah.
just to make sure. So now we're removing the segregation of makeup and hairstylists and just putting artists, and then all of the people that you want to add there will be selected.
Yeah.
Okay, I could do that. I could do that. So that would be another selection there. All right, perfect. Now, and then I'll remove these views as well. So this view will now just be one view. And all this does is just shows the breakdown of who's on what. That kind of gives you the more dived in version of who's on what. And then this will be the same thing, but I'm going to remove this. And then this dives down into the year. Okay. So this is going to say all the things 2022. If there are any weddings, which I created one for this example, any weddings for 2023, then it will be designated in this year. So it'll be this view.
Okay.
Okay. The team unavailability, just want to touch base on this again. This is automatically going to be updated based on it matches their name. So if they put in their name in this form, whatever they add to this form. So it could be Marie. I put Marie here, stylist, just to segregate it. Or let's do makeup again. Whatever date I put here, I don't need to put a column. Oh, I forgot I can't self put it, but whatever I put here, then it will add here automatically. So if I did it here, let's do it here instead. Then it would automatically add it to this field here. Oh, I turned the automation off for the sake of me testing it, but it will automatically add it over to this field. So this will give them that, the option. You can see it here by their unavailability. The one thing I am working on though is that it will show, like based on the date, if the date is available inside of the weddings field, it will show at a column to say that such and such person is unavailable. That is what I'm working on to see if I can get that done. Would that be helpful for you?
Explain that again. So if we are looking at a particular date, it'll automatically say Rebecca is not available for May 21st.
Exactly. So that is my hope to get that in there. It is possible, but I have to make sure I test it. So I would add a column about unavailability and it will match it based on the date. So based on the date, it will say if 4:30, then Marie is not available. Then at the side, it will say Marie is not available. It will just show her name that she's not available.
that's kind of how like, that's how we already have it set up, right? In our, where we're, it's
Right now you
just like,
like this.
yeah. Yeah, those are the names listed there. They're already unavailable.
See, and this is what I had questions on, because I noticed like on some of the other tabs, you had I think in the beginning tabs, you had like bride name, child run, and things like that. On these later tabs, I didn't see that. I know you guys know it, but I didn't understand it. So I wanted to make sure I asked the question. So this is the wedding date.
Yes.
Correct,
This is the name of the bride.
correct.
This is the trial run.
Trial
Yep.
run.
What does this mean?
It's not a wedding. It was just a party.
Ah, okay. Now I also see this column. What does AB mean?
Airbrush.
Ah, I'm learning things here. And then you have, these are your staff. So because now it's not going to be segregated, I can just add all of them as staff, and then, or team. I put them as team.
Team,
So
team.
then I can just add them all into team. And then just because I saw scatter, so I see a few here. I guess I can. Okay, so is this the complete list of them?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't see this column before. Okay. So I have that now as well. And then by chance, what is this column?
Which one?
Well, the dates that are emboldened are
Mhm.
all Saturdays.
Oh.
So that way we know what comes before is a Friday and what's after is a Sunday. And that used to matter more because we had Sunday through Friday prices and Saturdays were higher.
Wow.
Now Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are all higher, and we
Yeah.
only have Monday through Thursday.
Got it. Okay. Does that
Oh, and you see Crazy Bride.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
She
I'm
was
looking
nuts.
at that. Oh, she was nuts. So we just
Really?
made a note.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was great, like crazy nuts. Yeah, like went behind our back and tried to like threaten our artist, saying that if she doesn't do, yeah, no, it was bad. Like if she doesn't give her a second trial run, that she's going to talk crap about her. Yeah, it was awful. Like she's nuts. Yeah, we've never had anything like this happen.
It's like a
So I had to make a note so I remember which one it was. That's only just for us. I didn't, but that's fine.
this is the first time I saw it, so that's very humorous to me.
Oh
Is
yeah,
there
like,
is there a way of doing a column before the date? Because as you can see where we make our notes like Crazy Bride, and
Mhm.
sometimes we'll have, you'll see like just little question marks before or even after. I guess we could do it after.
So it would have to be after, and I can put it directly after the client name if you want it, or before the client name, because this is a default column, so it's unable to be like changed. And this is, if you want this to be, this is more so like the statement column. So whatever you want this to define as, if you want it to be the date, then it's easier to be the date.
I think if we just leave that one that way with like the date and the name.
Okay, so you want this to be the date and the name like it is right now?
Yeah, because that looks like our sheet. If on this column that has date, if we could maybe
make
'cause-
that the trial run. Maybe?
no,
I
make
don't
that
know.
the one where we put like all the question marks, like that's how we were keeping track of how we know, okay, this bride needs to get us a whole lot more information. We need to check on
Yeah.
how
Okay,
many services she has, or we will put little asterisks.
okay.
If there's an asterisk, then, well, I
That
guess it's
means-
going to automatically be added to the calendar now, so maybe that doesn't really matter, but
It'll be a notes date, a notes field, and then
okay.
fields power this field. So this is a formula field, okay? So these fields power this field. However, the fun thing is I can hide them so you don't see them again. Okay, so that means that once it's hitting, it still exists, it still is gonna work. However, now you don't have to see it. So you won't even by chance. But if that field is not completed or if there's no bride there, then you can't update it. You would have to unhide it. So that's why, for the sake of you adding new weddings each time, you
Mhm.
want to be able to have this field existing, or I can change this to completely just be the dates field,
Mhm.
and the column next to it will be the client field, and then I can have the notes field next to that.
Can we have trial run and then notes?
Trial run and then notes. So that
That's
comes
great.
there. Perfect. And then so what I will do is that I'll make sure that I update this to just, because this was just a concatenate. It just joined the two of them, which I understand is redundant. So I'll make sure that I get that fixed for you. And then
Okay.
also,
I
the other-
have a
go ahead.
question.
Hmm?
Could we make a column paid in full?
Yes.
And I can just go and check them off because I keep up with that like on a little stupid piece of paper. And then
So-
I could just make a note like, oh, they paid in full, check.
So if we want to segregate that, just so we can know that because this consultation one here, this is going to be where we kind of are going to keep track of who's who anyway, once they come in as a lead. So
Wait, I can't see that where, oh, right there, consultation. Okay. Okay, got
So
it.
once they come in as a lead, this is gonna be like your house of everything, everyone, everything. Once you hit this booked button, I can change this instead of saying booked to paid in full, and that's what is the catalyst that kind of declares them as booked, as like they are ready to actually get all the stuff done.
They've signed a contract and paid their retainer.
Okay, so the retainer. So then I can add a separate field here to say payment status. And then what this field can do is if you wanted to say multiple things like retainer paid, right? If you wanted to also say paid in full.
Or balance, or yeah, paid in full. Yeah, that's good, paid in full.
Okay, do you want to say anything else?
I like, yeah, retainer paid, that's a 250, and then balance full, that would be like their, whatever, $800 they paid.
Mhm. So the retainer paid will be kind of like the indicator, which is good. Because being that they're booked, when they're booked, they're gonna be added onto this spreadsheet here.
And it'll automatically add it once we hit booked.
Once you hit book, I'm gonna set it so it automatically adds it. So that will
Awesome.
kind of give you that kind of segregation of, oh man, I gotta add this again. You don't have to do
Okay,
that.
so consultation will have every single lead that comes in.
Every single one.
And then once we hit booked, it goes over to the weddings part.
Yes.
Awesome.
And that's when, and this is what's gonna trigger this page here. So once your honey book is that form, was that lead capture is set up on your website, which is important to do, then what's gonna happen is that once that's an inquiry, then it's gonna be sent here in Airtable to actually have them added as the name or whatever other fields that you have. It's gonna pull all those fields, okay? So now the other thing that you will have to do is just to confirm and verify that the wedding date is the actual wedding date that you're solidifying them for. If they're not booked, you don't have to do anything here, right? You don't have to select another option unless you want to say, what's the other option that will be possible? Or
I would say something like contract sent.
so we can do a contract sent. All right. Oh, I don't like
Wait, where'd you put that? I don't
it's in
see
the
it.
status field here.
Where it says,
So
show,
right
do your
here.
little, yes, I'm here, okay.
So
Oh, all in a row.
mhm. And you
Oh,
can
okay.
change your views as well if you want, but this is more so my favorite. But you
This
can
is the
see-
hardest thing in the world, seeing this
teeny?
teeny.
I
It's so
know.
freaking teeny. Oh my God. I'm like, and I can't even see as it is. I'm like trying so hard, but I keep thinking like, can we try it again? Let me ask you real fast. Pause.
Mhm.
Can I hit Zoom on my computer that doesn't have a camera and
Yeah,
get
yeah.
in here?
That's fine. I won't see your beautiful face, but you can still come in.
Oh, I'm just gonna try that real fast and see what happens. Can I just hit the link that you had sent Christine
Yep.
for giggles? Let's just see if it happens to work on my computer here.
Oh man, this is going to be fantastic because that way I'll know which ones I need to keep following up with.
Yes, and then I can also do segregation too, Christine, because you see how I have the
always
sorting?
allow.
I can group them by certain type.
Mm-hmm.
This. So, and then I can create a different, instead of you having to see it on, because I like to have the all, right? I like to segregate it. I see you coming in, Patty. And I
Oh,
like
thank God.
so I can
This is,
you.
I mean, oh, praise Jesus. Oh my gosh, so much better. Girl, I've been dying over here. Oh, thank you, Lord. Have mercy. Oh, can you see? Oh, you see me from my phone? Hello, look at there. Oh, funny. Okay. All right. Sorry. I was like, all right, here we go. Let's start back because I was dying.
But
I still need to keep you on my phone so I can hear you, right? Okay, but I can get out of this No, I can't get out of this. Okay. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna leave this here. I was like, I can't see anymore. God, this is killing me. Okay.
So this view here, this
Back
view
again.
will be very much so the place that everyone comes in after they fill out the honeybook form. Then what I'll do is create another section because we want to just like be able to keep up to date with them, right? So even if you want to be very, you know, hands-on and you want to say, okay, I actually want to see, the first thing I want to do status is activated first workflow. Oh. Right, because that's what you say you do. So you can say activated first workflow, or you can name it something different that's a little bit easier, right? So activated first workflow, that could be the first trigger that comes on. All right, cool. So they're activated first workflow. All right, now we do the second workflow, activated second workflow. So then what will happen is that you see these columns, as they're here, you're able to segregate them and then you're able to see, okay, who's on the first workflow, who's on the second workflow, who's on the third workflow, who's actually booked, who's paid, so you can segregate it that way. How do you feel about that?
I think activated first workflow is fine, but we don't really need the second one.
Okay, so activated first workflow is fine. And then what will happen after that, because in that first workflow, you're then gonna be able to send the contract, right? In that flow as well?
Yeah, because I'll have to manually go in there and, you know, generally before I have a send out a contract, there's a lot of conversation.
Solidifying the date and making sure all the things are there. Perfect.
Yeah, all the questions are answered and all that kind of stuff.
So that could be also the time that you confirm that wedding date here, because again, whatever you put in this field is going to follow over to the weddings field. Okay. So once you do that, then when you click this booked field, when it goes to book and the automation is off, because I think I was still testing. But once you do the book field, then what will happen is that it will come over here. Oh, actually it's still on, but you see how it automatically pulls it over?
Mm-hmm.
So now you can see, okay, this is the date. So the concatenate thing happened. However, I'll change it again, but it's just pulling that date that you put for the wedding field, the name, their email, and their phone number. And the reason why I have this information here as well is so that you can automatically have this visual here instead of having to go back to the consultation field, look up their name, and have to find out what their email and name, their phone number could possibly be. So it's automatically going to be here with you. All right. So once we do that, then again, we're going to have that field again where we're going to now have, instead of the makeup artist and the hairstylist, it's going to have that one artist field, and it's going to say, okay, you're on this thing. Now, this is the tricky thing about Airtable, because what it's doing is pulling in the information from this team field. What I wanted to do is send one email instead of sending multiple emails. So the thing that would happen is that once I add one person, it's going to send an email to that person. But then once I add a second person, it's going to send an email to that person plus the other person, because it's being
shoot.
That's annoying. So what I'm trying to make sure that I can do with support, I've actually reached out to the support team, is that in the individual person that's added, they will get an individual email. Okay. If it's not possible, however, I do want to then kind of have another tab that will be kind of like a checkbox tab, and checkbox tab, and it will look like this. So I can show you, and it's just another one stepper, right? It's not going to be anything crazy, but the checkbox tab is I'm gonna name it something better. But once you've selected your team, you check this box, bam, then this email is going to send out to the entire group to say, hey, you've been added to this, wedding.
Okay, so they'll get an email just like they did on Google Calendar.
Yep. So they're gonna, okay, so no, they'll get an email with the information about the actual wedding. Do you want an email with a Google Calendar though, to add it to Google Calendar? Because I can do that.
Yes, we would like to have something in that email that says, add this to your calendar.
Perfect. Okay, so we can do that. So I believe that and if it's not here, that's perfectly fine, because there's other ways. Yep, I could do that. So I can create, what I can do is when this is updated, so once and I like the check the box first. I like that because maybe at the time period you're like, oh, I want to change this person instead of changing this person. I want to add this person. So what will happen then is I'll create an event and it'll add all those lovely people on that one event. And then and you also add the bride as well, right? To that calendar?
No, we do not.
No.
It's just for the team.
Yeah, just the team.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so then I'll do that, create the event, solidify the dates. And the date and this is where I will need your information, but it was gonna create that event based on the time and date. And I have to make sure this is also dynamic, perfect. So I'll also do it by the date and time. And then what will happen is that it will then send them that calendar event.
Can we do it just by the date and not the time? Because that can change at a moment.
Okay, so we can do it by let me make sure. So enter bill date and time. So I'll test it. I'll test it. But if we do like a full day, is that?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I see the little all day. That's usually what I click when I send them a calendar invitation, is just all day, because we don't really know what the times are going to be.
Perfect. So that will kind of block the day out anyway. So perfect. I will make sure that is the case as well here. All right. So I like that idea. How are we feeling so far?
I like it so far.
Okay. All right. So just to kind of round out and give you again, I want to first ask, do you have any questions specifically to anything, or are you following completely so far?
Do we have to have the makeup and hairstylist email at the end there?
Oh, I can hide these. These are just for my testing purposes. I can delete them. They were just
Okay, but something that might be helpful is to maybe keep one of those columns and put planner.
Ooh, you have
because it's really nice to be able to, like, we've been doing it manually, or I've had the virtual assistant like go through every single one of our weddings from last year and look through all of the what do you call it? All of the files of everybody that booked, find out what their planner's name was, because we give gifts at the end of the year to the people who
that is so
recommend
cool.
us the most. So if we could somehow see them all here and then be able to group them by all the same name, is that a possibility? So we can see like, oh, this planner recommended us like 25 times this year.
Absolutely is. And how about this? Instead of having it on, and I can have it on the weddings tab, no problem at all. But how about I put it on the consultation plan tab so that you can actually have that on a high level here instead of seeing all that extraness. You can see it here, and I can actually just add it as like a text field. And then I can also just sort it by that. So I can
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so I'll do that. And then, okay. I think for the most part, like I said, I got most of it down packed. I was playing around with this is actually fun to do because I was like, oh, I bet she's gonna like this. Oh, I think she's gonna like this. So I wanted to do all the things. Now, you were speaking on the email part and creating the calendar event, we got that solidified. With the text messages, oh, do you also need the child date to be set up as well as an event?
Yes, because that goes on the calendar too.
Okay. Child date will be set up as an event. Okay. So I'll do that. So once this is updated.
But the trial run won't necessarily be like, if we've got 5 artists on that event, it's probably only going to be one of those artists.
Okay.
Yeah, it can't go to everybody.
So then, okay. So what if I added like a trial run artist column to solidify that? So whoever you select, I'll have a column that just says trial run, and then so it'll be right next to it. And then that'll be who you have, and then this will be who is set up with.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, so I'll do that. And then you were speaking on how you guys communicate, which is through text messages. Currently, you're doing it manually from your phone. Are you guys interested in using a tool that could be beneficial for you guys, or do you prefer?
Like sending out text message reminders for things?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I did have a suggestion. There are actually, there's a few, but the one that I think is useful. It's gonna be one that's called, let me go back to your sheets, y'all. So it's called Text Magic, and it's a pay-as-you-go kind of, tool. So it's 4.004 cents. And so what I like about it is that you're able to just basically create a Zap, which is the tool that I'm going to be doing to connect all this. And Zapier is going to be the tool that we're going to use to actually create a new message. Okay.
Okay, wait.
Go ahead.
This seems like more work because you got to put their name in, their phone number.
No, I'm not going to do
Like-
any of that because I'm going to create the contact, and I'm also going to do an automated type of process here as well, to where if you guys, then that's where I'm getting to as well. I want to make sure to ask the questions. What are you guys sending them as reminders? You're just sending them what? The calendar reminder?
No, Pat, no, they don't get anything on a calendar as far as brides for trial runs.
Okay.
And Patty manually goes in and sends them an email and says, don't forget, you've got a trial run.
Okay. So, and this is for the bride. So the bride gets a reminder for the trial run.
Yes, we would also like the artist to get reminders as well.
So how about this? How about I just then automate that by, because on here as well, remember we have the option of getting the bride's like information on here. So I can have the bride's email address on here and it's hidden. And what I can do is once the trial run, like the day before the trial run, it will send an email reminder to them to say, hey, don't forget this is the trial run date. This could be the same thing for text messages. And we
They'll get a text reminder as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can do that. And this is all going to be in a process of trial and error. If you like it and you feel like, okay, this is great. If you don't like it, then we can all say, okay, great. All right.
How would we add the artist in there as well, getting a text reminder? You've got a trial run tomorrow from 10 to 12.
Because I have their phone number and their email already in this sheet, which I'm going to ask you guys to provide us with that. Once we have that information, then I can pull that information and then it can send out those information from them automatically. And
So once they're listed as the trial run artist, then you can automate it like that way.
And then what it will do is it will be triggered the day before. So on the day before, it will send them an email or a text message to say, hey, remember that X, Y, and Z is going to be next and upcoming.
Okay. So when we set it up originally, everybody gets an email and it says it'll go on their calendar. And then is there a way to get them to reply that they have received that? How do we know?
Email.
Hmm?
They can respond to your email because your emails, all the emails are going to come from Google, from Gmail.
Right.
So once they
No,
respond to you,
That's, no, I don't like that because first off, I don't ever check that. And then right now it's just on that Google and we can go and see like they do a little check mark. And then we go, oh, they got it.
okay.
Then I would have to go and check emails and see and look through and there's like 1,000. That's like so hard.
Okay, so you want to have an easier way to kind of have them respond. Now, what would be ideal for you?
How they have it now, where they get a Google invite and then it just, then they get it's a green check if they got it.
So
Like
they-
for instance, I'll give you for instance,
Okay.
today, Kayla, Christine put her email in there wrong. And so I said, hey, did you get the wedding for December 10th? She said, nope, I didn't. And she never did. And I was like, huh. And I looked and her email's wrong. So then Christine fixed it, put a right email. And then I said, hey, did you get the thing for December 10th? She said, yep, I got it. I checked it off. And then I went and I looked in Google Calendar and it had a green check mark because she
Oh, I
got
know
it.
what you're talking about now. Okay, so it's when they receive the invite that you can accept it on their end. That's what you're saying, right? So that won't.
Oh,
Won't,
okay.
because what
Okay.
will
So we
happen-
can,
Yes, once I create the invite, it'll be sent to them as an invitation because you've already given them that instructive to say yes. Once you receive this, accept it or deny it or whatever the case is, and that'll be their indicator of they've received it, That will still be the case that will happen. You just will, at that point, for peace sake, you'll go ahead and check it for your visual acceptance or visual just seeing.
Okay, so it still will be on the Google Calendar as
It'll
well?
be on Google Calendar. It won't change from there. Because we're gonna
Okay,
create that Google Calendar invite, and then after we create that invite, it's gonna send out to them, and then they would still have to accept it. If that's the
Okay,
thing that you guys have been doing so far, it's not gonna change. The only thing that we're changing is the manual process of it. We're just automating the fact that it's gonna get sent to them.
okay, I think I understand.
Yeah, you just won't have to do it anymore, and neither will I, Patty. It'll just automatically go in once we add in the wedding date and the artists, and that they're added to it. They're still going to get the same thing that they've always gotten. We just won't have to go on the Google Calendar
And add
and
it.
manually add it in every time.
Okay, okay, I think I got it. And we'll do a test run too when this
Of
all
course.
starts. Yeah, okay,
course.
cool.
Throughout this process, what I'll do is I'll be sending you guys updates. I normally have this pretty board that I kind of keep all the updates on, not this board, this one here. And we kind of keep all the updates for our team. We kind of update it here. But do you guys prefer to be text via email? I mean, via text or email? Which one do you prefer to communicate with?
I probably prefer email.
Email? Okay, Miss Patty?
Well, okay, what are we text? I prefer text, but what are you texting?
So I'll be texting you little videos, and they're gonna kind of look like this. It's literally gonna be me speaking, but the videos are gonna be just me telling you exactly what was updated or what was done, or like it's gonna give you information to say, hey, I've updated this, and this is us testing it out. So like this is one of the informational videos if you have access to your client portal for those kind of.
I think it would be a lot easier to see that on email.
Yeah,
it
true, me
might be a
too.
lot easier, Patty.
Yeah, we'll try that. Yeah.
Okay, so every
Um,
time, every stage I go, I'll send an email like, hey, we're testing this out. This is a live test. Da, 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 da.
Okay,
Sounds good?
I think so, yeah.
So throughout this process now, and you guys, I thank you so much for, just being able to kind of talk through it. What we're gonna do for the first half to kind of make sure everything is kind of up to date. I'm gonna do all the changes that we talked about first and make sure that I test all those changes that we talked about. And then I'm gonna round back up, give you guys an update on there. And then we're gonna try to do this in a little bit of a phase. However, this should be progressively easy to do because we've already kind of talked about the things that need to be adjusted. So I'll update all the things that we talked about. And then when we get to the place of wanting to do the text message transition about how to send them out to your team for reminders, we can talk about the best tool that works with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Seeing it now, like drawn up, this makes so much more sense than the first time we spoke. I was so off.
Yeah, I do want, before we hang up though, I mean, I don't think you're done yet, but I want to recap the whole thing because I need a recap.
I can give you a quick recap. It's not a problem. And then just to let you guys know.
Just because it was so teeny and I couldn't even see it and I was like, what the freak? So yeah.
So this
now
is a good start because we're at a place now where you guys can actually visually see it and you guys are also comfortable with where it's going to be going, because I know it was a lot to think through, but what I want to recap just to make sure that you're going to see it, Patty. This section here, this tab here, is going to be where all of the clients are going to be coming in as a lead. So once the HoneyBook lead capture form is created and put on your website, which will replace, let me go back to your website, replace this contact form, then it's going to be sent to HoneyBook and added in HoneyBook as an inquiry. And also it will be added into this consult field, okay? So I'm going to create a few views in this consult field. What I'll do, I'll have the one that looks just like this, that looks like an all to see everybody listed out. But you're going to also have ones that are going to be broken out in low status views as well. Those status views are going to be just so that you guys can see who's in what stage, right? You're going to have the contract sent and the activated workflow first and then the contract sent. Once that's in those statuses, you guys can also manually update this. So this doesn't actually do anything, but this gives you guys kind of like the ideal, are you putting in headphones so you can hear?
Yes, my freaking things are dying. I'm so sorry. It just gave me a 5-minute warning. I'm trying to get my headphones on now. It's always something. Oh my gosh. Hold on one second.
No problem.
Get these in. I don't know why that happened. Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
So this
Okay.
payment status field is going to be for you guys to just mentally just have a note. Okay, this is paid. This retainer is paid. That'll be for you to see. The planner field as well is for a mental note, but however, I will create a also another view so that you can see based on the planner, based on who that is. What I'll also do as well. So what also will happen is that once they're selected here as booked, then they'll automatically be added based on the date into the so they'll be added here on this list, and then based on the date they'll be separated into these different fields. Okay, so once they're separated into these different fields, it's just a dived in view. It's not anything different than the first view. The first view is going to be all events. I did as well a calendar view, and this is internal. This does not connect to your Google Calendar, but this is internal for you guys to see the weddings that are actually selected on. And you guys do a lot of weddings, but to see what's selected on those dates. So you can literally go through this by month. You can scale it down to 2 weeks. You can scale it down to even a single day to kind of see what that looks like. Now on the makeup and the hairstylist view, I'm going to replace those and I'm going to just have an artist view that's going to show you the actual artists, all artists together and the associated weddings that they're on. So it'd be the same kind of group that is going to be, it's going to show the group to say, okay, they're all on this wedding, they're all on this wedding, to kind of give you a high level view of what view they're on, what wedding they're on. The other thing here is going to be your team view. Your team view is going to be where all your team members are. What we will ask from you is going to be their email addresses and their phone numbers, because that's going to be how we're going to do the next steps of sending them notifications. Once we get that, then what will happen is that we'll be able to, again, utilize that as, the notification like trigger. However, here, because I don't really think we need this now, because it was just saying if they were a makeup artist or if they're actual hairstylist, the position doesn't matter. They're all artists and that's all that matters. So I can really just delete this. All right. This field here, however, will be the indicator of them actually being on what wedding. So if they're added onto a wedding on the weddings view here, they will also have a linked field on their team for you to come in and see, okay, if I go directly to the team tab, I can see exactly what field they're added on or what wedding they're added on, okay? Same thing, I'm gonna delete this to say now because this was just saying if they are a hairstylist and they'll be added to, you'll see 2 columns separately. This is not gonna do anymore. The unavailability field here is drawing from the team unavailability field. This is a form that they will get sent or they will have access to, and we can talk about how you want to do that later on, but they'll have access to this form that will automatically add the information within this the same all view, right? And then what will happen automatically is on their team view, it will automatically add that same date. Now, the other thing that I mentioned that I want to be sure to try to be able to add is that once they have a date here that is unavailable, I want to be able to then add them on the wedding view to say that they're unavailable on that date. Okay, so I want to add a column on this to say, all right, they're unavailable on this date as well, just so that you can see everything on a one high level kind of view. And lastly, they have the segregation of views. So as I mentioned before, you're going to have that 2022, the 2023, all of those things, but evidently everything is going to be on an all view. Are we all good?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I think
perfect.
so.
Yeah, last thing also, before I forget to mention, so also that the thing that I'm going to add as well, just to kind of recap as well, once we've selected all of the artists that are going to be associated to this wedding, there's going to be this team selected checkbox if I'm not able to get it individually sent, but I really feel like the team selected checkbox is the way that I'm going to go. Once you click this checkbox, then it will send an email to everybody who has been on this artist field. So send an email to them, and it will also add a calendar. It will create a calendar event and send them that notification. Okay, so that'll be
Okay.
how it's indicated. All the extra fields you see here are going to be hidden or not even on here anymore. It's just for me to clean it up. But for the most part, you're not going to really have to do manual stuff. The only thing is that you're going to just keep remembrance of just being sure that the wedding date right here is updated and also correct, because this is what's going to pull over to this wedding section.
Okay, I do have one question. Suppose we have selected team members, and like I said, it can be very fluid where we move people around.
Mhm.
So what if we were to say, you know, on Marie's wedding, we no longer need Keisha.
Mhm.
We're going to put Faith in there, and Keisha's going to go do a wedding by herself. How do we update that?
So I am going to test it, but I did think that through. So what happens is that sometimes you got to keep the manual process that is a little bit annoying. What I'll do in this case is you can do the same team select and then select it again, which will then send an email again to say that it was basically updated. Now, because that's a little bit messy, because everyone is going to get that new email, which is a little bit annoying, then I might have another field in itself to say team updated, or just like another field, because I want to be able to kind of segregate it. If anything would happen, I'll have like a field that says team updated or updated team or whatever the case is. And then it will be sent over to those selected people with the same checkbox. And then what will happen is the original set, they won't know any changes have been made unless you then indicate to them, hey, this has been updated, unless you want everybody to know the update has changed. What are your thoughts? Which one is
How would we remove someone?
So you'll just literally take them from this by pressing X.
And would they get a notice saying this
That's
event's now been canceled?
That's what I'll have. Oh, so you want to also cancel it on their calendar?
Yes.
See, I think then won't it just cancel everybody?
No, I would have to remove specifically them. All right, so let me test it. But what I'm thinking, let me test it. Because when I'm thinking, and I don't want to say out loud what I think because I have to test it before. But if I add a column, let me test it.
Okay.
Sorry, because I hate lying, so I don't want to be able to say something and I can't do it. So I'll do that. And then, but I have noted that now. Any other questions?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Patty, we're good?
Yeah, I kind of understand, but I don't. So like right up here, it says event name and then it says run. Why is that?
Oh, so this is scrolls over.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, okay. I see.
Get
Okay.
updated as well with the information that you guys have provided me. So I'll make sure I update those for you.
Okay. I think I see. Okay. I think I got it. Actually, this is going to be mostly Christine doing this then.
Oh, Christine is happy.
Yeah, because I don't really do any of this because she's like the first point of contact with all of this. And then once they book, then I, for the most part, set up their trial run and,
But you'll be able to go in there and put the trial run dates and if you want to add a hairstylist or.
Yeah. Or I might probably ask you first. So, because these girls are booking up so fast, we'll probably have to do that right away.
Or, saying that, okay, now they're paid in full. So now you'll have all that.
Yeah, I don't see where that's at anymore. It disappeared.
Oh, it's going to be in another tab over here. So
okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Oh, that one's under consultation and not weddings. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because once it's get marked in green booked, it goes over to the weddings part.
Okay. So, all right.
And
then where do I show? Oh, right there. Paid statement, plan it right there. Maybe how would I do that? Just
you're going to click the box and then you're going to click the selection.
Oh, right there. Just okay. So basically then Christine would do the paid retainer part and then I would do the paid in full part.
whatever
Okay.
you guys are comfortable with, whatever process you guys have now, doesn't have to change. It could just be, it's just a little bit more streamlined.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm getting it. Okay. I think I got it.
Remember, I'll be sending videos, but I do want you guys to know as well that this portion of it is just all the fun part because we get to create it all. Once we test it all and you guys are actually being able to play with it, then you'll have even more questions that you may have once you actually do it yourself. And then we will adjust it, but there's a support period. So you guys are not going to get left in the dust. We're literally going to help you as you progress. And all the videos that I take is going to be in a Learn library. So I'll give you access to a library itself where you guys are going to have all the videos. So you'll never misplace it. You'll have an access to that forever.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Well, I have work to do. We have work to do. So I'll make sure that we get this updated and adjusted. I will give you guys an update as to when we want to have a completion date. I don't foresee it being very long because again, I did all the prep work and all this stuff beforehand. Normally today will be the start of the project, but I try to be, I know you guys are more visual, so I wanted to show you it in this sense. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then as we progress, I'll keep you guys updated. But for now, I think we got all we need.
Well, you said you needed something from us. What was it? Their name, their email, and their phone number?
I will send you an email over with that so that you don't have to kind of retain it now. But I will get that email to you over by the end of the day so you can have that update as to what we need. And then
Okay. So you'll send us what we need to get for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yes, ma'am. Sounds good.
Yeah. So do we need to look at the calendar and set up another time to talk? Is that?
So once I'm at the stage where we are ready to do a offboarding call, that's when we will do the next call. Between
Okay.
now and then, I'll just be sending you those recorded videos.
Okay.
Full end, you'll get the full walkthrough video. You'll review that. Once you get that reviewed video, once you review that video, you'll compile your list of questions and all the things that you may have, and then you schedule your offboarding call, and then your support starts on that.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Yay. So you're holding our hand through this because we're like,
Yeah, I want to make sure you guys get it.
we're special. I'm just kidding. I'm special. I don't understand until I see, but
This
this
is
is,
getting it. It's a flow. You guys are getting it. So I'm really glad that we were able to kind of do it this way. And like I said, this is going to be a fun process. So we're good.
and once we get it down, this will be like forever.
You're
So
pros. At this
yeah.
point, even after this, I may even come back to you, down the line, like, hey, I found an easier way to do this. You never know. Like, I
Yeah.
definitely enhance over the time because I learned so much more as days goes on. So I was like to enhance it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a feeling once we start playing with it, it'll make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just like
Yeah.
Honeybook didn't make a lot of sense until we started playing with it.
Right. Remember me? Oh my gosh. Woo. Yep. I didn't even know how to get something out of there. So yeah, I hear you. That's good. Okay. Yay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, ladies, and you enjoy the rest of the day, and I hope you both have the day you deserve, okay?
Thank you, Marie. You too.
All
Thank
right.
you. Bye.
Bye.